Hi. Okay, so this isn't an update on my recovery or anything. I mean, it is going well, I guess. Um, but that's not what this video is about. I kind of just want to rant about something, and I imagine that this is something that would be. It might be offensive, and I really don't give a shit. So, I am sick and tired of seeing trans men and trans women dating. I'm just I'm just fucking sick of it. And hold on, let me just adjust my okay. I'm sick of it because just the people seem to think that you just can't date outside of the trans community if you're trans. Um, they just pigeonhole themselves into dating trans women or dating trans guys just because it's easier, just because you have this notion over your head that you're supposed to be accepting of other trans folk and you're supposed to be attracted to them and you're supposed to date them because that's just how the world works. And it's not how the world works. It's people being scared and cowardly. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot fall in love with a trans woman if you're a trans guy and vice versa. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that you're a fucking dickhead if you think that you cannot get just a woman, or just a guy because you're trans. That you have to search within the queer community. I don't know what that even is, but that's whatever. You have to search within the queer community or the trans community to find somebody to date. That's fucking bullshit. First of all, because in a sense, you're not really considering yourselves a real man or a real woman if you think that your only shot at any kind of love is dating somebody like you. Like, first of all, I understand if you're still in transition how hard it can be to find somebody. I mean, I only just now got my top surgery done, and I would have been really uncomfortable um, going out and trying to date while still having boobs. And it would have been really, really easy to just find a trans woman because she would understand what I'm going through. What about after you're done transitioning? What about when you're not doing this shit anymore and you're just another man and just another woman? What's your excuse for still seeking trans people to date? Because I'm sorry, but it was to my understanding that we do this because we're just men or we're just women, that we're not special fucking snowflakes. We have to go through a special process, yes. Compared to somebody born in the right body, we have to go through a process. But once that process is done, now we're just regular old people. That doesn't mean you can't be an activist. It doesn't mean that you can't fight for trans rights, that you have to be stealth or whatever. I proudly tell a lot of people what I had to go through because I had to go through a lot of shit to get to where I am right now. That doesn't mean that I can consider myself any less of a man. I don't tell people, hey, I'm a trans man. I tell them, hey, I'm a man. But I was born in the wrong fucking body and I had to do something about it. So, the idea that you would seek out somebody trans just because you're trans pisses me off. If you want somebody who understands you, who understands the process you went through, that's still a whole other story. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are so scared to go out into the real fucking, well, that's not what I'm supposed to say. Who to just go out into the world outside of their community. Just people who are terrified of asking just anybody out before like analyzing them and seeing, oh, are they trans? Yes, no, move on, let's just say I kind of fucking hate you if you're like that. Because you're not helping with advancing the trans rights and the trans community and all that shit. You're not helping. You're making it fucking worse. You are making people who are not trans, and even trans people, you're making people think that we are the special fucking alien creatures that cannot mate with anybody besides their own kind or something. That's what you're making people think. By only seeking out somebody trans because you're too scared, or you're positive that somebody not trans will never be attracted to you, you are setting our rights backwards. You are fucking sucking up a storm because you're too scared to just, I don't know, ask just like if you're an FTM guy, and I hate saying FTM guy, but you know what? Fuck it, that's what you are. If that's what I am, you know, that's what I had to go through. So anyway, if you're FTM and you just see a cute girl, and the first thing you do is tell yourself, no way, man, she was born with a vagina. She was born right. She will never love me. She'll think I'm gross. I hate you. I hate you because you're not helping anything by removing yourself from the world, just sticking yourself inside our tiny little trans community. You know what the trans community is for? It's not for dating. It's for support. It's for information. It's for help about this sort of thing. It's to lead you the right way, just like the LGBT community. Even though I don't pronounce the T in LGBT, but whatever. The lesbian, bisexual, and gay community. Even them. It's not a dating community. It's for help. It's for support. That's what the trans community is for. It's not to go search through the encyclopedia of trans people to see who will date you. Because if you're specifically attracted to somebody trans, then I am not on board with you. Because that means that you're separating us from just men and women. We are men, and we're men and women. FTMs are men, MTFs are women. There's nothing special about it besides the process that we have to go through. So I am pissed at people who deliberately separate us like that, because that's not what we're fighting for. We're not trying to show people that we're special. In fact, we're trying to do the complete opposite. We're trying to show them, hey, fuckheads, yes, we're trans, and yes, we were born in a completely wrong body, but hey, you know what? In the end, we're still just men and women. We just had a birth defect. How about we call it that? Look, all I'm saying is, if you're trans, FTM, MTF, I don't care. Stop being so fucking terrified of meeting people outside of the trans community. Because if you do that, you're helping. If you get scared and only go after people within the trans community because you feel like nobody else will love you, you are not helping anything. You're making things worse. So please, stop doing that shit.